When we study the Feast of Israel, it is not in any way to make anybody feel like we're putting people under the law, right? Because that's the other part that people get into. They start doing the Feast of Israel and they feel like they have to, observe them. Then they start observing Sabbath and they start observing all these other things that are not even biblical, right? And they get into Jewish rabbinical teaching and all kinds of stuff. And it's not to do that, right? We're teaching it from the perspective of prophecy, future fulfillment, what Jesus did in his first coming, because we don't believe we're in the age of the Mosaic law. We live in the age of the Messiah, the age of Christ, the law of Christ, the Spirit of God, and we worship God in spirit and truth. And I don't believe Paul was encouraging people to not to keep the feast or to keep them. I think he's explaining something that was happening in Colossae that we needed to pay attention to, right? The observance, you could do it in a practical way. In fact, if we were to have a Seder dinner, it would be great, the Passover dinner. And we would teach how it's centered around Christ, the Passover lamb, and the things he did in his first coming, right? And so it's good to understand that, how the festivals point to the work of Jesus, right? The substance is the Messiah, right? That's what Paul said. The substance belongs to Christ. He will do his work when he returns. And so our eyes need to be fixed on that blessed hope to be in his kingdom.